So we found some very large boletes down the road and decided to tissue culture them. I've just broken off some small pieces, and you can see the pore underside. So these their spore-bearing surfaces are made up of long, tiny tubes that form a foam-like or structure instead of having gills. This produces the spores. This is the cap of the mushroom. So what I'm going to do before we go into the lab is take away the cap, which is covered in some dirt and other stuff, and take away the gills as well, or the pores. We don't need that. We only need this undifferentiated tissue in the middle from which to tissue culture. So I'll probably just peel this away, I would say. Okay. That's more like it. I could have done that from the start. So when you're tissue culturing a mushroom from the wild, I guess there are all sorts of contaminants to contend with. Any outside surface that's been exposed to the elements will have all manner of dirt and fungi and viruses and bacteria that will potentially contaminate your samples. This is a fairly crude way of dealing with it because there'll still be a fair chunk of stuff on there, but I've removed a lot of it and there's less coarse dirt. But another way to deal with them is to treat the outside surface in a phenol compound or with some, well, it's peroxide or even heat. I've used flames before, but then you risk cooking the tissue inside as well. So I've washed my hands and now I'm disinfecting my arms and hands in 70%. It's usually 70% ethanol. To get rid of any critters that might grow on the agar plate that might fall off my arms, just in case. Going to excise some tissue. And then place it onto the agar. So here I've put 2 pieces on because I have a limited number of plates, and I figured that sometimes when you take a tissue culture, particularly from wild specimens, you'll get bacterial contamination. And when that occurs, it's not the end of the world, because particularly if you get some of the mycelium growing, you can, once you can see what's growing in the early stages, you can then salvage the mycelium from the bacteria. So if you see a bit of bacteria growing on this side, you might take the mycelium growing from the opposite side and transfer it to a fresh plate, and there may be a good chance that you'll then get only the mycelium growing. But you keep in mind that the bacteria tends to grow a lot more rapidly than, and some of the mold fungi grow more rapidly than the mushrooms. So it's the sort of thing that you want to pick up earlier and take care of. Or if it's a mold, then once it's formed spores, then that becomes much more difficult.